In this video, I'm going to be revealing to you the purpose of life. I know what you're thinking, but hold on. You'll see, it's for the least a very interesting take on it. So buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye. Hello wanderers, this is Bastien here. Because as we all know, every good story needs a little bit of crazy. Let me tell you about the DMT trip that inspired me this topic. I was laying down on my couch, I had my eyes closed and I was tripping on DMT. After seeing different universe, I saw my body from the top, but it was an energetical body, kind of like a cloud, a white cloud that was moving slowly, and a little bit of electricity was sparkling inside it. I felt a really strong sexual energy coming up, and I was experiencing that, and it was really good. And then it switched to a death feeling, like a really strong death ambience and feeling. I saw a body lay down and a knife that was cutting the flesh and then peeling it like a rubber piece. There was no blood, it was not gore, I was not afraid, and it's weird, but it felt good actually. And then it switched again back to this really strong sexual energy. And I wanted to push that energy down. Because as human, this is what we do when we have a strong sexual energy, we try to push it down towards the orgasm. But this was not physical at all, no erection whatsoever. And that energy, I just did not manage to put it down and to push it down. And then it switched back to death and it was good. I was just observing this. It was really nice. And then switched back to sexual, and eventually it was building up so much. I just wanted to release this strong emotion, which was like overwhelming. And I felt like I wanted to crash. I wanted an explosion. I wanted that release so bad. When my DMT trip was over and I came back into my human suit, I felt very thankful because I was able to experience release on any type of emotions. And as energetical form, I just couldn't, and it was painful. So later on, I thought about this whole thing, and it became clear that what I saw was the circle of life. So this sexual energy representing birth and death. So birth and death on a cycle, and it was just this build up. And I thought of something. What if what I saw was what happened just before the creation of this physical universe? Energy was just building up and needed to experience a release, and created that explosion. And I remember clearly needed to feel like something strong, an explosion. That's exactly how I felt. So creating that explosion created that release of energy, which is the end in terms of energy perspective, but the beginning in terms of physical creation. So by creating an end, we created a beginning, and we created duality. We created this physical realm, which is completely dual. So a beginning, an end, which is the same thing, but created itself and created our reality. So for us, there is a beginning, there is an end, there is nothing else. It's like it is. But this is completely new. It's a parenthesis that energy created to be able to experience itself. And I was like, what? So yeah, call me crazy, but I feel like this is a pretty good hypothesis. So this energetical cycle that I saw, which was birth and death, created the same cycle, but with an actual end and a beginning, kind of like imaginary lines to be able to experience the release and therefore the birth again. And this cycle, this is what we find here all around us, with this build-up of energy and the possibility to release, to crash down this energy and then move on. It makes me think of the ocean onto the shore, crashing these waves with power and then moving on and then coming back. This is this eternal flow cycle, which is repeat itself, and we can see that in everything, any cycles, like the season, being born and die again, and this whole thing. It's just a beautiful, dramatical story, and we are being caught in this story. So I'm asking you now, what is the purpose of life for you? Is it to be saved? Is it to be good? Is it to heal the past? Is it to have a family? Is it to survive? How about you write in the comment, what do you think the purpose of life is? Before I keep going, just write what you think it is. I'm waiting. Most of us think that happiness has to be the purpose of life. So I'm going to create a parenthesis, not kind of like the universe creation type of parenthesis, but still, it's going to be interesting. You see, we are chasing happiness outside. We create all these goals, all these achievements. Like, I need to have this career. I need to make that much money. I need to live in that neighborhood, in that country. I need to have this, to be with that person. You name it. And what we're doing really is creating this condition to happiness. And we think we're going to have this, we're going to be happy. But some of us who actually had the chance to achieve some of these goals realize that you get there, you have some sort of happiness, but it's not lasting happiness, right? It's something that was dependent on that specific thing. Now it's empty. What do? How do we get happiness? We need something else. So we're going to get something else. So we think happiness is outside, and then we are wasting our time chasing these things that we don't even really want most of the time. We think we do because society tells us, but we lost contact with ourselves. Happiness, you see, is much easier than that. And kid know they realize that happiness is right here, right now. The question is, where are you? Are you thinking too much of the past? Are you worrying about the future? Like, kids don't do that. They're in the moment, and they're happy, they're sad, they're all over the place. They leave this emotion like this wave, go crashing down, and then they rest, and then they're full of energy. But we are in our heads. We are lost. So what we should be doing really is try to tune down all this noise outside and be quiet and listen inside. It's not easy because being alone with our thoughts, it can be quite scary. It just goes and goes and goes. But we have to do this in order to discover ourselves, discover what we really want, who we really are, what makes us feel right. So quiet down, listen to yourself, and reconnect. Eventually, not only you're going to be able to reconnect with being able to be happy and being able to look around you and see everything for what it is, this amazing show that's happening, these beautiful, dramatical stories with all these colors and shine and all this. We also are going to be able to reconnect with our inner guidance. And now we are into something, because then we are allowing ourselves to change the narrative, to change that story. And instead of being guided with that noise and what we thought we should have and be and all this, we're going to be guided by something that makes more sense, something that's more profound, something that would just resonate, something that makes us feel good and gives sense, meaning. So we are going to be onto this journey of discovering ourselves, discovering what we really want, not this noise. And here it is, I think, the purpose of life. We are playing in this symphony of emotion and beautiful dramatic story, as I said. And we have our role, which is, what music are you going to play? Right? What if your life was just a music? A beginning, an end, and in between, it's your time to shine. It's your time to be who you really are, and not your neighbor. You are unique, a unique perspective. Be wild, be yourself. Like, make it count, make it beautiful. Don't just live your life in automatic mode. Just try to connect and be. All right, I'm gonna leave you with this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, that helps. Subscribe, I'm going to be sending more video your way. And if you have questions, want to talk about anything, just leave a comment and I'll be more than happy to have a discussion with you. So it's been Bastien, and until the next one, guys, take care. Bye-bye.